everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of Monday Mensaje or Monday Message, our weekly energy forecast, but more than that, a catalyst for personal growth and healing. So I'm super excited to have you with me this week, whether you are here for the first time or you are coming back from a different week. We've had some pretty intense cards these last few weeks, death, the world, the devil. It's been crazy. So I'm excited to reveal that this week's card that represents the energy for the week ahead is the Seven of Pentacles. Hallelujah. It's a really nice break from all the really intense major arcana that we've pulled. So I'm here for it. So first thing that came to mind is reaping rewards, right? So if you've been on this journey with us or just in your own personal life journey, I bet you're still going to resonate with this. We have all gone through such an intense period of transformation, adapting to what our lives are now, reflecting, reevaluating what's going on with us in the world around us, who we are in our core and who we are with others. So, it's been an intense transformative period the last, I want to say year, 6 months, 2 years, sort of wherever you are in your journey. And the message that I first got when I was writing my notes, I usually pull the cards and then I write my notes and then I start recording just because sometimes the downloads come in so fast, I don't want to miss anything. But the first thing I heard was keep going, keep growing. All right. So that's sort of like the sentiment here. It's time to finally start seeing the fruits of our labor. And I mean that in the physical world, as far as if you've been working on a new career project, if you've changed careers like so many people have, or you have a new hobby you're working on, or maybe you're looking for second incomes. Maybe you have a job, but you started sort of a side business, right? All of those things. It's starting to sort of get into the rhythm of it. You might start feeling okay, I finally feel like I have my head a little bit above water. I can breathe for a second. So I mean it in that sense, but I also mean it for those of us, because I'm right there with you, that have been, in our spiritual awakening, on our spiritual journey, working on ourselves, personal growth, all that, whatever you want to call it, right? The labels don't really matter. But what I mean is, not only are we seeing these rewards in the external world around us, but we're also starting to see them within us. So if you have done that reflecting, reconciling, healing your inner child, finally facing some old demons, some trauma, that way you can lighten your burden of what you have to carry around. And those of us that have been going through a transformative period within ourselves as far as who we are, our outer appearance and also our internal world. So for those people as well, starting to see the fruits of your labor as far as feeling a little bit better mentally, having some better days after having so many days where we are doing the hard work, we're digging into the real serious stuff that a lot of people don't want to face. So this is really exciting, just starting to see rewards all around us, within us, outside of us. And I have to say, for those of us that have been on this journey, the more we work on ourselves, the happier we are, and the more satisfied with who we are as a person. I feel like it really does affect your external world. So it's when I'm feeling more authentic, when I'm feeling more courageous and more I'm in a good mental space, I do feel better as far as my job is concerned. I do feel better when I'm interacting with other people. So it's really exciting, and I'm just pumped that we're sort of, we've been climbing up this mountain, and I think we are going to get a little bit of what do they call that? Downward momentum, it's always easier going down the mountain than it is going up. And I finally feel like we're getting that chance, So I'm really excited. The universe has been sending us lessons, tests, if you will. And I think we're passing, it's we're all doing the best we can. Some days that's better than others. Some days I'm really on it. I'm super motivated. I have my little routine down pat and I'm feeling like I got this. And then you know what? There's another day. Sometimes it's the next day that I'm oh wow, all right, I still need a minute. I do need to slow down. I need to sleep in. My body's exhausted. My mental energy is depleted, right? And so I want to remind you that progress is not linear. So many people in society have made us feel like it is. Like if you've gotten to a certain point, if you feel like you've healed something a certain amount, then that's the point you're going to stay at. And I'm here to remind you, it's not that way. There are days you're going to feel amazing and like, hell yeah, this is why I put in the work for myself, because I owe it to myself, right? I owe myself this opportunity to heal what I can heal, to live my life authentically, to be authentically me. You do owe it to yourself. But damn, there are days that are still going to require a lot of you and you need to rest. So I just wanted to remind you of that. If you're feeling amazing this week, it's okay if you have like a down day, progress isn't linear, and give yourself the grace to have a phenomenal day where you have all your shit together, and then have a day, like I said, sometimes literally the next day where you are still trying to remind yourself to eat a full meal, drink more than a glass of water, and respond to the 7 texts that you're ignoring because you have been anxious about it. Not talking about my own life at all there, no. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of how far all of us that have been on this journey have come. Honestly, I know that I don't know you, but I feel your energy. I know in the collective, we are all mirrors of each other. So I know that everything I'm going through, so many of you are going through the same thing. So I hope this is a reminder. You are not alone. And we are coming to better days, honestly. So I'm thrilled, honestly, after the last few weeks. It's been really tough. So what also comes with the 7 of Pentacles, though, is it isn't the finish line. It's not the end. It's not the final, display of what we've created here, right? It's not the 9 of Pentacles. There's still some work that needs to be done. He's there on the card there. He's admiring his efforts. He's thinking about what still needs to be done. And so this is like in reference to the self, what things, as far as your spiritual journey and your personal growth and your healing, what is still lingering there? What needs to still be dealt with, brought to the surface, healed? What needs to still be recognized? And I don't ask you that so you're putting more on your plate already. I'm just saying it's time to assess. How far have we come? What growth do we think we've experienced? Where are we? And where do we still need to go? So we're doing fantastically. We are putting in our all, but it is still time to keep going. So it's almost like this week in some way, so be on the lookout for this. I think the universe is going to be sending us small little pieces of sort of the bigger blessings to come. And sometimes that can help with like motivation. And for some of us, and I know this, for myself too, these smaller blessings, these sort of like windows and gateways into all that we're going to receive can act as like a motivator to keep going, right? And I know for me that can sometimes just be being happy, being in a good mood, not being plagued by all the stuff that's normally on my mind. I live for those moments where I'm in the moment. I'm not thinking about anything that's stressing me out. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. I'm present in my day-to-day life. And I love that. I do see that as blessings from the universe. I love to spend time with people that bring me there, that bring me to that space of I'm not checking my phone. I don't care about what's going on in the outside world. I'm sort of just in my own world. And I love that. So that could be, a way that the universe is sort of letting you know, like, hey, keep going, because if this is a taste of what your life could be like, if you are authentically yourself, if you do set the appropriate boundaries, if you do decide you owe it to yourself to heal some of the things you've been carrying, to free yourself of that. So be on the lookout for that. It's also a good time to ask what does motivate you, right? Like, what are the blessings that you're trying to bring into your life? So that way, when things get tough, you can, keep pushing through. I hope that gives you some food for thought. This is also a sign as well. Like I said, we're getting towards the finish line, but we're not quite there yet. So if you're working on some sort of project, creatively, career, hobby, whatever it is, Do you need to pivot again? It's a good check-in point, right? Like things are going well, but just because something is working out doesn't mean you actually want it. So have you been working towards something and it's going great and you're thinking, wow, I should be happier about this, but I'm not? It's a good time to check in with yourself about maybe pivoting, turning into a new direction. You do not have to do things because you're good at it. You don't have to enjoy something because it's successful. It's all about what makes your heart happy, what makes you happy, what makes you excited to get up in the morning and live today, what motivates you to make it through the days that you're not feeling it, you know? So check in on how things are going. Remember, I always talk about it because I can't stress it enough. Honesty with the self, right? So at this, really crucial check-in point, that's what it requires, full honesty with yourself and with others. So I also want to say too, 7, very spiritual number. When that caught my attention and I was writing my notes, first thing that came up for me is this expansion of your spiritual knowledge. So you might be someone that has sort of delved into this whole spiritual journey, right? And you're learning and you're growing, and maybe it's time for you to dig a little deeper, dive a little deeper. So what's been catching your eye lately? What's been coming up for you lately? Do you need another deck? Do you want to dabble in learning about some herbal remedies, herbal magic, candle magic, runes, symbols, looking into perhaps some of the ways that your ancestors did things, right? Spiritual baths, all kinds of things like that. So definitely, while you might be feeling this extra energy, this extra motivation, this extra bit of happiness in your life, it's a great time because you have a little bit less that you're carrying right now to make some time to deepen your spiritual practice, to deepen your knowledge. And I'm not talking on social media, I'm talking about really reading books, talking with people, sharing ideas, looking at people's perspectives, real stuff like that. And I want to remind you, you can tailor your spiritual practice to you. You know what I mean? So if there's certain things that you're interested in, don't feel like you have to pick one. I always like to say, I feel like my personal spiritual practice is like a buffet. There are lots of things that I'm interested in and that are important to me. For me personally, ancestor veneration is the foundation of all that I do, right? But I do love divination. I love candle magic. I love working with herbs. And a lot of these things are things my ancestors, did. But there are other things lately that I find myself interested in. Like, for one, for me, I swear, it is the most random stuff, but it ends up later on when I've unraveled it not being so random. Like lately, it's been sacred geometry, right? I'm obsessed. Okay, I cannot stop looking at it, reading about it. I realized and remembered I used to love geometry as a kid. I know. Not the math part, okay, but like the shapes part. And it brings out that artistic side of me. So that may be something I might look into. I know that I could use that in a very powerful way to create a higher vibrational energy around me, right? So maybe that's something I'm going to look into, and maybe there's something you really want to look into. So go for it. Nothing is crazy. Follow your instincts, follow your intuition, follow your heart. The things that you're passionate about are not accidental. I just want to remind you of that. Okay, next thing I had here, rest and slow down so you don't burn out. Like I said, this is not a sprint. Your life is a marathon. You do not want to burn out in the 3rd mile, right? So, like I said, take a little bit of time this week to take a deep breath, make some space to relax for some self-care, because when we're entering this next stage, right, it's going to be very accelerated and you need your strength physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So recharge yourself, nourish yourself. Do not wait until you are burnt out and in dire need of nurturing and sustenance to give yourself, mind, body, spirit, what it needs, right? Why not take care of yourself before you get to that point? Think about how much more incredible your life could be if you didn't wait till burnout to take care of yourself, right? So now that you're starting to know better, now that you're starting to make the better decisions for yourself, really based out of this self-love that you're realizing your worth, right? Let's bring that to the next step and let's do some proactive, not reactive things, right? Taking care of yourself before you get to that point. That was like a major, major thing that I had in my mind. So I just want to remind you. Also, a little segue into the fact that all planets are direct. I repeat, all planets are direct for my astrology babes. Like I said, I'm just obsessed with astrology, okay, for my own life. I am not a teacher of it, okay? I'm still learning. It is a rabbit hole within a rabbit hole wrapped in a riddle buried under the ground. You know, there are so many layers, but all planets are direct. There are no planets in retrograde, I believe, till April 29th. So that came to mind when I was talking about this sprint versus marathon mentality, because it's like, we want you rested. That way, in this next period of these next couple months where there are going to be less blockages in the universe, the planets are on your side. The universe is on your side. So I say we, I don't know, many people talking through me, obviously, but I want you to be rested. That way you can take advantage of these next couple months. I don't want you to be burnt out and then miss this like beautiful, magical, astrological time of ease, of rapid expansion, of acceleration. So the next couple months astrologically are sort of exactly like this. Like I said earlier, this like we're finally going downhill, gaining momentum. Things are a little bit easier. So take advantage of that, you know? Open communication, acceleration, expansion, really bring those beautiful ideas you might have been mulling over and reworking into the real world. It is time. So if you weren't aware of that, I hope that really makes you feel motivated and excited more than anything to get the ball rolling on whatever it is that you've been waiting to start. So if you needed a sign, this is it. I wish like I had like a flashing light, you know, so that would be funnier. Okay. And in that, I want you to release attachment to the outcome, right? With all these planets being direct, I have this like feeling too, as far as like what I was downloading in pulling these cards today, is allowing fate to take its course, right? So in this moment of you recharging and resting and sort of like getting ready for this beautiful, bright next chapter, I want you to also take a step back. With things going so well, I think it might give some of us a little bit more confidence in allowing the universe to work its magic, you know? We have all the plans in the world. We think we know everything, and we really don't. Some things are just, they got to be left up to fate and destiny. And so with planets direct, it's like, this is the time to let the universe, you know, take the reins for a second. Take a step back and just see what is working out around you, you know? What is happening? What is being called into your life? Even though we have the Seven of Pentacles here, what card visually popped in my mind when I was writing these notes is the Hangman. That sort of idea of just let what's going to be. Stop forcing things and just allow whatever is supposed to be in your life to be in your life right now, as far as what you're calling in. And for all those manifestors out there, including myself, it's also a reminder of that idea of letting go of the attachment you have to the outcome. So it's like when you're manifesting, I want you to focus on bigger themes and feelings, honestly. How do you want to feel by the end of this year? Where do you want to be mentally, spiritually, emotionally in your career? And so it's like manifesting things like success, peace in your life, love, an open heart, self-love, you know? Those are the things I want you working on, because when you specifically attach yourself to a certain way that you want to achieve it, it really weighs down your manifestation, because let's say success is what you're trying to call into your life, and you have a specific avenue that you want this success to be created, and let's say it's not meant for you. You might be stuck thinking, what the hell's wrong with me? Is there something wrong with the way that I'm working my energy? Something wrong with what I'm doing? When really that thing just isn't right for you. And so I want you to call in success as a whole, knowing that the universe, your ancestors, your spirit guides are all going to bring that success to you in whatever way is going to be most compatible. Sometimes, this is a hard one. I'm just going to warn you right now. Sometimes we have to let go of the thing that we think we want so badly. And while that may be difficult, while that may take real honesty with the self, several conversations with yourself, like I like to say, it is beautiful because I promise you, I'm sitting here as a real life example of this. This has happened to me many, many times, okay? Whatever the universe, ancestors, your guides are bringing you are better than the thing that wasn't meant for you. Sometimes we can't see beyond our desires to know that what we desire and what we want isn't even actually what we deserve. We deserve way more than that, right? So allow yourself to detach from the specifics, from the details of whatever this thing is, right? Same thing with love. Maybe you're really, really calling love into your life, not just self-love, but love and connections with other people. But you're so dead set on this one person when maybe that's not the person. And so it's blocking that other person from entering your field because you're so focused, right? And then you might be thinking, what's going on here? And kind of like racking your brain. So again, I need you to zoom out of the photo of your life right now. I need you to detach from the outcomes that you think you want. And I need you to be a little bit open. This is the perfect astrological time to be open to the universe sort of taking its course, for the universe to hear you, for the universe to see that you're ready. Are you matching that energetic vibration of the thing that you want? If you're calling in peace, love, and success, are you embodying that on your day-to-day life, right? So I would like you to sit with the gratitude when you're manifesting and sit in the gratitude of already having that thing that you want. And it's easy to do that when we aren't so set on the details. So I hope that helps somebody out there as far as what they're trying to call into their life and how. And yeah, I just, again, that notion of keep going, keep growing. The bottom of the deck when I pulled this card was Judgment. So it's all about rebirth, this larger rebirth you're going through, like as a whole in the scheme of your life, is going to bring so many beautiful things. The timing, the what, the details, leave that up to the universe, your guides, your ancestors, and use your intuition along the way. Those things are never going to guide you in the wrong direction. So that's about it. Pretty straightforward message, which is a little bit different than some of the other weeks, but don't go yet because I do have some love messages for the signs. Okay, so it's about a week before Valentine's Day. I think it's next Monday. And I felt called to get out I think it's called my Cosmic Guidance deck. I will link it below. It's beautiful and stunning. And I did pull a card for each sign. These pulls I felt were more like specifically for people who have had something weighing heavily on their heart. And maybe you've been asking the universe for a sign, for a signal, for a message, right? And so this is specifically for those people. So if you haven't been wondering about your love life, if you have no sort of qualms or anything like that, this may not be the mini readings for you. But if you are wondering around V-Day, as many of us are, what's going on, if there's a message for you, then hold on tight. I'm just kind of getting my stuff moved around on my desk here. I'll let you marinate on everything I said. I do talk fast, so I apologize for that. Okay, so I have shuffled my little heart out earlier than this and really connected, really felt like this electric energy sort of coursed through for this reading. But I have not looked at the cards yet, so I'm excited. And I would like to remind you that each sign is good for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So, decide which is most calling to you, and take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to start with Aquarius. And your message is flow. See where it takes you. That's really beautiful. It's sort of what we were talking about a little while ago as far as detaching from the outcome. So if you have been really set on specifics in your love life, why don't you take a step back? Like I said, this is the perfect time, especially with Venus coming out of retrograde. This is the time to see what the universe is going to cook up for you. You never know what's on the horizon. So take a step back, release the details, and just see if you open up your life, if you open up your heart to love, what is going to come your way. Pisces, gratitude, appreciate present blessings. First thing that comes to mind for this Pisces is your self-love. I want you to be grateful for loving you. I want you to be grateful for loving yourself enough to go on this journey, to try to heal things from your past. It's beautiful. And I see you just forming this beautiful relationship with the self that is going to make you so magnetic that I bet you're going to have even more to be grateful for as far as what's going on in your love life. So be grateful for where you are in your journey. If you have that person, be grateful. If you are still looking for your person, be grateful for that too, because that's a beautiful journey. You can learn so much about others and connect with other people and learn so much from them. So I love that message for you. Aries. It is time to get in touch with your heart, Aries. I literally pulled the card that says heart, emotions, and intuition. So Aries, maybe you have been putting your heart's desires on the back burner. Maybe your love life isn't something that you have been focusing on right now, and if you have been healing yourself and processing a lot and going through so much from the past, this makes complete sense. Why would you be focusing on your love life when you're just trying to get yourself okay first? So I say keep going on that journey, keep going on that self-love journey, on that healing journey, but also make sure that just because you're focusing on you, that you're not closing your heart off to whatever the universe may have in store. You never know. There could also be people in your life that need a little bit of your love right now too. That came up to me just now. So make your heart a priority right now. Sort of lean into your emotions, maybe do some journaling about how you're feeling, and follow your intuition in all matters of the heart right now. That takes, again, real honesty with the self, because you have to sort of dig through the layers of what you want to see and really understand what your intuition is trying to tell you. Taurus, the sun, tapping into your masculine energy, Taurus. So this could be some decision making around matters of the heart, around love that you need to make. This brings to my attention maybe a little bit of a different message than some of the previous cards, as far as like using a little bit of your logic in your matters of the heart. Maybe you're too focused on what your emotions are telling you and you're missing some key details. So I want you to take a step back. I want you to really focus on what you want right now and use a little bit of logical discernment around you. But I love this energy, and I'm feeling this like bright warmth within me. So maybe this means you need to take some sort of like, give me a second here. Tapping into your divine masculine. So figure out what that means to you. Maybe you need to do a little bit of exploration and research on the divine masculine, how that's showing up in your life. And maybe, here it is, there's some healing you need to do around your divine masculine. That is what it is. Good luck on that journey, Taurus. You are more than capable. Gemini, guidance. You are divinely guided. Gemini, listen to that intuition, but also listen to the signs around you. There are signs around you that are pointing you in the right direction. Make sure that you are actually slowing down enough to see it. Maybe you've been moving so fast and in sort of a go, go, go phase for yourself, or you're so focused on what you think to be true and what you want that you're not really paying attention to the messages from the universe. So, again, when I say messages from the universe, numbers, things people say that resonate with you, animal guides, dreams, your intuition, have a moment with yourself so that way you can clear your mind and see what messages come up for you. Do some journaling. If you're having some sort of internal conflict, I would say do some journaling around it, because you may start seeing some things come out in your writing that you didn't even know you were feeling. And I want you to know too, trust, call upon the universe to lead you in the right direction. Thank your ancestors for guiding you, because they are guiding you in matters of the heart as well. So be open to their guidance. Like I said, detaching from what we want and instead allowing ourselves to be open to what's right for us. Cancer, mystery, secrets and hidden meanings. Are you looking for some more mystery, Cancer? That's the first thing that came up for me right now is that idea of mystery and excitement. Maybe you've been with a partner for a really long time and you're feeling like there's a lack of mystery there. So maybe this, love season, you can try to find something new for you and your partner to do together. Something that's a new experience for both of you. So that really is a good bonding activity for couples that I've read about, is like experiencing something new can bring you closer together. Also, this is maybe tapping into their inner world. Like, what I'm hearing is like you think you know them, but are you really asking the juicy questions? Are you really having those deep conversations in which so much more might be revealed to you? I have a feeling that you think you know everything about this person, but there's a lot more there. So I don't know. I feel like this excitement when I say that. So maybe this is going to excite you a little bit. So yeah, tap into that mystery and maybe tap into the mystery of within yourself. Like, what do you really want right now if you're not with a certain person? What are you looking for? What are your secrets, right? That maybe you're not sharing. So good luck with that, Cancer. Leo, happy endings, Leo. This is the end of a chapter for you. So this could be you moving on into a new, bright, beautiful phase of your love life. This could be, let me think for a moment. You realizing that you want something different for yourself, right? So even though this card says happy endings, this could be you moving on to a different person or situation, or moving on from a person to focus on what you do want. But I want you to know that whatever this transition is, right? That's what I'm hearing, a transition within your heart, a transition in your love life. Whatever that is, it's a beautiful blessing. I don't want you to be scared of closing the door that you're walking out of, because the next one you're going to open is stunning. So there's some beautiful things behind that door. Change is scary for so many of us, especially when we're talking about the heart, because that takes vulnerability. But I want you to know, whatever it is surrounding your love life right now that you're thinking about changing, or you just changed, or you're feeling compelled to, do it. This is your sign. Virgo. Oh, Virgo, you got the love card. Literally. Love, allow it to pour in and out of you. That's what it says there at the bottom. Virgo, you have been very, very focused on some specific things going on in your life that I'm not shocked you haven't been paying attention to your love life enough. That's like the idea I'm getting, is make love a bigger part of your life. Make love a priority. If you're in a romance already, how are you going to spice things up, make things exciting, reconnect with your partner? And if you are not with anyone, have you been completely closing yourself off to that? I feel like you have. So this is your sign, Virgo, to open your heart. Pay attention to what you are feeling. Stop thinking about your emotions and start feeling your emotions. Feel those feelings for that partner that you're with and that you cherish. like it says here, allow it to pour in and out of you. What makes you feel loved, Virgo? How do you show your love to others in your life? Are you showing your love? Do you know you love them in your mind and, you feel like you show them in certain ways? Sometimes you got to say it. Sometimes you got to make it clear. What is their love language? That could be a really good way to get through to someone. Okay, Libra, new beginning. Have courage to open a new door. Wow, that's incredible. So this is giving me similar vibes to Leo as far as like, you're in this, obviously, like it says, new chapter. Give me a sec, Libra, to download something here. Let's see. I feel like there's a bunch of things coming into my head at the same time. Libra, be open. Open your heart. Do not let your pride, do not let your lack of comfort with vulnerability at times to block beautiful people from coming into your life. Have this courage, just like it says, oh, I feel it in my chest. Have this courage to be brave, to go out there and get what you want. If that's a certain person, if that's a certain lifestyle, if that is like a certain needs that you have, and maybe you haven't communicated that, whatever this new beginning is, right? Maybe you're fresh out of a relationship or you just jumped into one. This is a beautiful new beginning for you. And so I feel like if you're a Libra with something weighing heavily on your heart, some sort of heartbreak and sorrow, feel it so you can release it, because I'm telling you, what's coming is going to blow you away. Seriously. Wow. That like really got me. I feel very emotional there. I think it's going to be amazing. So I hope that this is a sign for you that if you've left something, that it wasn't the wrong choice. And if you've started something, to sort of let yourself be in it. Let yourself feel it and enjoy it without overanalyzing it. Just let it be. Have the courage to be authentically you. Put your real self out there. And whoever is going to be drawn to your real self are the kind of partners and people that you want in your life. Don't be afraid to be you, because then you're attracting people that aren't really going to love the real you. And why would you do that to yourself, right? Better to put yourself out there authentically and then see who comes your way. But I'm excited for you. This is exciting. Scorpio, growth, overcoming limitations. First thing that came up immediately is this healing. I don't want you putting walls up around yourself, because what you really need right now is extra love. So don't put those walls up. I know, like I was just saying, this lack of comfort we feel with vulnerability can really block us off, make us isolated, when what we need most is love and community, acceptance, celebration of the self, So I want you to look inwards, Scorpio. I want you to see what is blocking your heart. What have you not resolved within your heart? What's weighing heavily on you? Because in healing that, you're going to be able to open your heart, and that is where you're going to find this real love. And if you're with someone, maybe it's having that hard conversation with them. Maybe it's that real honesty that you need from them, but you also need to give to them, right? So whatever it is you're working through, I want you to know you're going to grow and go through it. You are growing through it. This isn't for nothing. And you're going to come out of whatever this thing is that you're battling stronger, wiser, and with a more open heart. And with an open heart, we can do anything. I know that sounds so cheesy. I like almost cringe at myself saying it, but damn it, it's true. Okay. Sagittarius, change, a new season of life. This could be symbolizing a new chapter in the relationship that you're in. Maybe, like I said, having these like real conversations and digging deeper and exploring who you are now, right? Because part of being in these relationships is knowing who we are first. So it's like, I think this like deep dive into the self, into who you are, into who you want to be, and who you feel like you're transforming to be is going to help you not only connect with your partner more, But also maybe call in some other love into your life. And it doesn't have to mean romantically. This is like new friends, new connections too, you know? But trust the change that's unfolding in your life. It is all happening for a reason. If you're a Sagittarius that just got out of a relationship, it was the right thing, okay? This is your confirmation of that. If you are thinking about having a change in some way in your relationship, this is that sign. Yeah, I'm really excited. This is also talking about, too, what's coming up is changing your mindset around some things. Maybe there's certain things that you used to view a certain way. Maybe you used to view your partner a certain way, view some things your partner does a certain way. And maybe your own personal growth is allowing you to give them a little bit more grace, giving yourself more grace. And I don't see any harm coming from that. So I love that, Sagittarius. All right. Capricorn, last one, last but not least. Set intentions, plant the seeds, and watch them grow. Wow. Give me a minute to marinate on that. Okay, so for these seeds, I see these seeds of personal growth, sort of like I said, it's like you're planting, you know, instead of forcing things, right? It's like you're planting these beautiful flowers because you want people to come into your garden and to be enamored, right? You don't want to have to shout from the gate of your garden for people to come see, right? Who the hell wants to do that? But if you focus on yourself, turn inwards, and really cultivate a beautiful relationship with the self, a beautiful period of self-love, that is going to bring you to the energetic level, that magnetism that you're seeking, right? So I see you like working on yourself and that being the thing that's attracting this person into your life or making you reconnect with the partner that you're with. It's all about you first. It's not about forcing it. It's about attracting and being a magnet for love in your life. So that's one of the seeds I see. And then also this is about cultivating relationships, nurturing relationships. Well, again, this obviously, you know, this card has a vision of a plant on it, so I keep going with plant analogies, forgive me. But it's this idea of also relationships being like seeds. You have to nurture them. They need their water, their sunlight, their earth, right, to grow. Capricorn, you know that more than anything, you're an earth sign. It's not going to happen overnight. So like I said, detach from the outcome. Focus on yourself, look inwards to be that magnet for love that you want to be in your life, and also take your time nurturing relationships romantically, non-romantically in your life because they need nurturing, they need care. And the more little seeds you plant, you don't know what's going to sprout. So be open-minded to what's happening in your love life right now. It may not happen overnight, but when that beautiful flower blooms, it is going to attract a whole line of people to your garden. So no worries. Okay. So like I said, please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a collective love reading. So when I say there's many layers and it gets complicated, I seriously mean it. That was for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And you know what? I just felt compelled to because it's a week before Valentine's Day. I know it's very textbook, but everybody has love on their minds right now. And with, you know, planets of communication coming direct too, it's sort of like be open, everybody. Be open. Open your heart. Open your heart to loving yourself and open your heart to being kinder and sort of just like in communication with those, right? Little flirting, little pampering yourself never hurt anybody. There's genuinely something in the air. This week, I feel it. I don't know, something beautiful and magnetic. So leave a comment down below if anything I said resonated. If you want to update us later in the week about your spiritual journey or introduce yourself below, I would truly love that. Give this a thumbs up if you are, you know, appreciative of what I had to say here, learn something. I know this is a longer video, but I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll be back next week on Monday with another Monday Mensaje. All right. Bye, everyone.